Hey Mented family, welcome. I'm going to be sharing with you today on how to achieve this very quick, easy, flawless makeup foundation routine where we're just going to be focusing on skin. Flawless skin has never been easier, simpler, quicker than with Mented products, and I cannot wait to show you. We achieve this look with using the bare minimum products. We use one product 3 different ways, and I can't wait for you guys to see. So let's just jump right into it and let's get our skin all together. To begin, we'll be using Mented's primer, and you'll want to place this either all over the skin or in the areas you feel you get the most oily or you have the most visible pores. It's a mattifying and blurring primer stick, so it's really going to help mattify the areas of your face that have shine, and then it's going to help minimize the size of your pores, and it's just going to give you an overall perfect canvas to begin all your makeup steps. So after you've applied it, I like to go in with my fingers and kind of push the product into my skin and make sure it gets evenly distributed. And it just feels really silky smooth on the skin. On to my favorite step, which is foundation, because I always feel like it's such a grand magic trick the way this foundation just perfectly covers any of my blemishes, dark marks, circles, you name it. This is one of my top favorite foundations. And this is my shade L10. With this, I just like to apply directly onto my skin. And you can see how well this shade matches. And if you noticed before, I do have some acne, some redness. I have very dark under eye circles, and I'm going to show you exactly how well this foundation works. Then I go in with the Mented foundation brush, which you can tell is well loved, which is a really good sign. I love using this brush, especially for this foundation. It just works super well. It's not too soft, but it's not too firm. It's the literal perfect amount of density in this brush, and it really feels good on the skin. I said it's not too soft, but it's very soft on the skin. A lot of brushes can be too soft where they're too flimsy. But this works perfectly. So I just like to go in and I do a bit of tapping, a bit of circle motions, but I really want to make sure that the product is pressed into my skin instead of just like moving it around. It literally blends in no time. I think this is one of the easiest foundations I've ever used that just blends out so quickly and so well. And my skin just looks super flawless and glass-like. You don't see any of the redness or the blemishes I had before. And you could just tell the difference in the darkness here. So I'm gonna work on the rest of this side. More great features about the foundation stick is that you're actually able to use it as a concealer and a contour stick. So using the same shade, I'm gonna use it right under my eyes. Now you can either go in with this with a finger or your brush. In this case, since I do want a little bit more coverage, I will use my finger. And just like that, it's so easy to blend out, and you can already tell the difference between the two eyes. Moving on to the contour stick, which is still our foundation stick, I like to go a shade or two darker. It's really up to you how deep you'd like your contour to look. I like mine a shade or two darker, depends on the occasion. So here I have a T20 shade, which looks just like this. It's not that much darker than my foundation shade, but it's gonna give me the perfect amount of shadow to create this dimension in my face. Using the T20, I'm gonna place this right alongside my cheekbone, and I'm gonna do the same on this side. See how it's just a little bit darker? And of course, my forehead. I like down my nose. You don't want to apply too much of this. And let's hit the chin. Now using the same exact brush, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in. And I like to pounce it in upwards. And you see how like immediately it's just given me this like chiseled look, and it still looks really clean and natural, and we're still not looking cakey. And how my skin still looks like skin, and it doesn't look cakey whatsoever. And we'll go ahead on this side. And I like to move in this direction. Just bring it back. You can go as high as the temples. And I've already gotten that nice and chiseled look. I'm gonna go ahead with the chin and all the other areas that we applied our contour stick. I also like applying it directly to my crease because that's also gonna give us a little bit of dimension if you're not looking or don't have time for an eye look. And just like that, we have our base down. I'm talking about flawless, easy to do, quick to do foundation look, but we gotta lock it in, so hold on a second. Now to lock it in, you're gonna want a good powder. Now you can either apply this in your T-zone where you feel you get the most oily, or you can apply it all over the face, and that'll really help keep your skin mattified, but still have your own shine come through. And that's definitely attainable with the Mented Skin Silk Powder. Absolutely love this powder. I've used so many and I always just end up coming back to this one. It doesn't make your skin look cakey. It doesn't make it look dry or powdery. It just really blends into the skin seamlessly, and it really helps to control all the shine and the oiliness that you may have. The shade I'm using is Light Tan. It's a very, very finely milled powder. It comes out of a sifter at the top. And then I just like to put some in the cap. So I just have a little bit to work with here. And then I will also be using their powder brush. Again, greatly loved, greatly used. So let's take a look at my face up close. I've got some shine here on my forehead. I've definitely got a lot of sheen here on the sides of my nose, under my eye, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Watch how amazing this powder is. So I like to dip in, and I kind of like to work the product, the powder, into the bristles. So I like to tap it in all the way around and then tap off any excess. So once your brush is nice and coated, I'm going to show you right in this area how we're going to take away the sheen. And I just like to press it in. You don't want to rub it in. You'll be moving around the foundation that lays underneath. You'll just want to tap the product in. So I'm just tapping it exactly where I want it. And look how smooth that looks. Chin, erased. Again with the forehead, let's just erase the sheen. So I'm going to take a little bit more product and I'm going to loosely dust it all over the face so that we can set in our foundation and our contour. And don't forget the eyelids to lock in that contour shade we also applied there. And our last and final step is the Better Setter Setting Spray. By using this spray, you're helping ensure that everything locks in all day long. You're making sure that the powders that you placed are really going to soak into the skin so that it just looks like your skin but better. So this also has vitamin C, vitamin E, so you're helping your skin while you're keeping it look fresh all day. You can apply this all day long and it will just keep your skin looking really hydrated and looking really good. So I like to take a couple spritz of this. You just let that set into the skin and you are ready for the day. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you are following Mented Cosmetics and try out their products. I promise, we promise, you will not regret it. See you guys.